Well, here it is, guys. It's all mounted up to this antenna mast right here. It's one of those tripod antenna mounts, that go on the roof. See, it's cable run. Runs from it to port 3 right there, and this is the gigabit fiber that runs to it from my switch, my ubiquity switch. I was gonna run it through port 5, which would get its internet from here using a network bridge within the switch itself. But I didn't want to mess with any more settings to get it to work the way I wanted it to, so I just have it going through the router. This, router right here, which can do 400 megabits a second with fucking traffic shaping. That's it. The traffic shaping enabled. It's only able to do 400 with that, and I believe the NAT protocol too, but I'm not too sure. But this was going to be how I'd connected it, but now I have a three-way bridge where this is the WAN or whatever. That's port 1 and port 2. Technically it's actually port 8 or 7 and 8 right there, but to this bridge it would be port 1 and port 2 the way I set it up. It's just the way when you set the bridges up like that, it's pretty much a PoE adapter with extra steps. I mean, it helps a lot because I want these to be able to do 150 to 200 megabits a second, and with this setup it should definitely be able to do that through the routing, the router itself, with only that 400 megabits a second throughput, with traffic shaping and NAT enabled. But when I get another one in a few months after I'm done testing this one to see if I'm satisfied. So far I am. I have been so far. But I might use these to extend it more with an additional one of these routers, or move this one, which is the camera, to there, but one of those two have another camera, because I want to get the PTZ one, the new one Ubiquity came out with not too long ago, but they've been out of stock for months. But that's all set up for my internet service. And this is the source of the internet for the three-way bridge from port 1 to port 7 and 8. And that's pretty much the plan there. I took pictures or screenshots of the speed test because I couldn't do any screen recordings on my desktop because I didn't want to, fuck with any settings or install OBS on Kali Linux. It's a little more extra steps when it comes to installing shit through the terminal versus an app store, obviously. But the speeds so far from here to here have been anywhere between 120 and 180 megabits a second download, and 15 to 60 upload. But this is the point-to-point access point right here, which means it could connect multiple of these. And that right there connects through here all the way down there to this switch right here to port 1. This fiber connection right here is how I'm testing it through the desktop. And my built this desktop myself, but this is it. This coffee stain right there because I put my cup there sometimes. I cut out right there for a one of those clear side panels. I'm definitely going to fix that up, do better with it, but it connects all the way, from here all the way to the back of here with a fiber optic, 1 gig fiber optic NIC. I would never waste a 10 gig on a 1 gig connection. But that's how I'm doing my speed test. And I don't want to do it wirelessly because like with a wireless card or whatever, because I'd have to connect a separate access point instead of the 2 routers. And yes, we'll definitely get into the speeds on the router. I have them set at a 25 megabit plan though. I do all that through this server. That's my ISP server, which is what the switch is sitting on. This is a switch. It looks very similar to the router. Oh. It looks very similar. Whatever. Fuck it. And that's pretty much. This is simulating a multi-family housing area, like apartment complex or duplex or whatever. This is what I would do if I were to install at an apartment complex or whatever. I could have up to 7 from here to here, this being the one that would provide internet, of course. And then if somebody wanted to volunteer as a relay operator, they would get the nifty little fiber connection, to the switch. I mean, I'd most likely use a router in the real world, but this is good enough for testing. But we're gonna show you a speed test of I believe I've connected to the Linksys one right there. That's the modem right there. It's the Linksys router. It was a good price when I got it. It was on a Black Friday. So I would either provide a Netgear one, not like this one, but I would either provide a Netgear or a Linksys, or one of the ones made by Ubiquity, which I don't have yet. I only gotten these two because this one used to be the router for the house, but now I have it all hosted on access points, like enterprise grade shit, which I'll do another video about. But it connects. Here's the let's see, this is the gigabit fiber to the router. This is what I usually have plugged into the desktop, but it's occupied with that fiber connection to that switch. This, it's the one to the box over there, but this is the one that connects to the server, to where it all communicates together. And I don't do any labeling on my cables, and I barely really go into the network panel or whatever, because I'm always logged into it. Get it? You don't get into somewhere you're already at. But I could literally tell you guys what these are on the top of my head. Like these 4 red ones are for my offline connection to my storage server. These are the connection that I'd connect to over the internet to my storage server, but I'm going to set that up to where only a designated IP address can, for better security, obviously. These 4 right here connect to my GPS server. It's a tracker. That's the server. It works pretty good. I like it. Self-hosted. And these 3 right here go to the switch right here, and that connects to the UDM Pro, and this connects to a whole fucking mess that I'm not going to show any more of. This right here, that one behind this one, behind this one, connects right to the NVR right here. There's that one right there. That shouldn't be on. Oh, whatever. Anyways, that connects to my desktop. I guess since it's plugged in, it's still gonna get activity because I have it, oops, this one's the fiber. That one right there is the one that I guess is still on. And these three right here, well, those are going to be for a new switch when I get one. And those go right here, which is where it's going to sit. And that's the Raspberry Pi, obviously, my shortest run. And that is what I'm trying and hopefully I'm going to have Odoo installed on for inventory of the CPEs and shit like that I'll be providing. But I guess we'll just show the screenshots of, I guess since this doesn't have any of that ugly ass flicker, like video usually does, or whatever, like when you record a screen. Let me show you. I'm gonna frame it right though, because I'm not sure. There's obviously going to be a little cut because I accidentally put my IP in it, but that is the downlink and here's the uplink. There we go. We'll now test it on the laptop. I mean, I'm obviously going to cut out now since it could screen record. But, alright, now we're on the laptop, which is connected to my Linksys router, as y'all can see. And, well, let's just get into the speed test. We can do like 3 or 4, to give you a good general idea of what it would be like. Well, right off the bat, we got a good download speed. And this is the 25 megabit plan that I'd be offering. It starts, this one is the most affordable. It's $15 a month. And, it's a 25 megabit plan. And usually 25 megabits is good enough for, 4K, fucking Netflix and shit like that. You do Zoom calls. It's good for people who live on their own. But I will do another speed test now. But I have the other plan, which is a 45 megabits a second, which is good for like couples that live on their own, It's like good for independent couples. Because if you're a couple, you're probably going to be watching the same show or whatever. And that one would run for $20 a month. And I have my third plan. This is all fixed wireless, so that's definitely a big factor in the speeds too. But my third plan is $25 a month, and that is a 65 megabits a second plan. And those speeds, I chose those specific speeds instead of going from 25 to 50 to 75 to try to conserve a little more bandwidth other people who may want to get affordable internet service. And it's plenty. We'll do another speed test. I believe this is the third or fourth. I'm not too sure. But yeah. You see right here, that's fluctuating a little more. But that's that speed test. But pretty much, I want my network to be able to hold as many people as possible. You know, provide service to as many people as possible, and not have such shitty speeds for like a congested network. We'll do another speed test here. Because when your shit's too congested and overloaded from a shit ton of devices, people are not really going to have the best experience, you know. But, like if this were like a customer's site or whatever, or user site, you know, customer is a term that I see, you know, people use for contract talk. That's what I call it, contract talk. Who wants to be on the longest contract? Another one. The service is simple. Don't have any erotic thoughts about kids. Have line of sight. That's all you qualify for internet, you know, my internet service. I mean, of course you have to be within the service area, you know, because wireless signals can only travel so far, but, you know, don't be a child dealer or have an obstructed view or whatever. I mean, we could probably account for that if you were to, you know, if the users were to provide a high mounting point. We'll do another speed test here. Because, you know, if you have clear, non-obstructed view of the supernode, as it's going to be called, you're going to have a better experience. Because you're actually going to have a good solid connection, you know, because this right here, wireless connection from the access point connected to that antenna mount, or that antenna mast, and the CPE dish, that's, that's 57%. It's only 50%, 57% reliable, or potential, whatever it wants to call it. You know, and that itself, like you all seen on the recording of the screen with my camera, it could reach up to 180. We'll do this one last one. Yeah. Many factors. You know, there are many factors to consider when it comes to internet speed. That's that, and I hope to have it available to the public very, very soon. because affordable internet service is kind of a problem for a lot of people. And I want to try to fix that problem. I'll do another speed test. I promise this is the last one. And yeah. As you guys can see, it always fluctuates. And with enough funding, because I'm gonna have a $95 installation fee, which the user gets to, they own the equipment. And that money that we collect from the installation fee gets dumped into expanding the service. Once we expand the service, or even upgrade, like expanding could even include buying a piece of land, so the permanent place to install like a fiber network, sell off land or whatever. I don't know. That's the plan. And just like and subscribe to see pretty much the inside of starting a wireless ISP, from ground up. Because I've been doing this over a year. The rigorous, the fucking consistent testing and shit, I've been doing it for years. For a year, almost two. And I haven't been showing anyone. I'm like, what the fuck? But, it's pretty much part of my hobby. Like and subscribe for more on the inside of the ISP world, because there's going to be more services than this I'll be hosting and providing, so until next time.